movement, I would say that I don't know. This is before my time. But one thing I know for a fact, and I could look at this today, it's to me, it's not about hatred for all African people, because there are some good Africans. There are some good people all throughout the world. There are good and bad. There are good people and there are bad people. We need to be, getting together with the good people. That's the way I look at it, man. Would you agree, bro? That they're good people who wish you nothing but luck and success.
Right. Good people.
Yes, indeed.
Would you agree, bro?
Yeah.
That they're good people who wish you nothing
but
luck.
Bad echo, bro.
Yeah. I got it under control.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So what was today's topic, man?
Today's topic is going to be. I had invited T-Mon.
Yes, sir. Oh man, where's that brother?
Yeah, he said he might be late.
Okay, gotcha. Wow, it's a lot going on, man. We got this new software up. I'm really not all that familiar with it. So, man, I mean, you are behind the the wheels. But I've been seeing some things going on as far as like with the brother Alquan, man. I see you and brother Alquan have been going back and forth.
There you go. You should be on.
Oh, this is brother Taalik.
Yeah.
Brother Taalik.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Peace to you, bro. How's everything going with you, OG? Everything's good?
Everything going all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Glad to hear that, bro. Glad to hear that.
Yeah, as well as expected,
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
How about yourself?
Yeah, everything is good, bro. Everything is peachy. I was just talking to my brother Taalik.
How about things with yourself?
Oh, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, I don't think brother Taalik can hear me then. He might be having some type of delay or something.
Taalik.
Yeah, I don't think he can hear me.
He was just there.
Yes, he was.
For some reason, something about his phone, he's not able to connect.
I have to say this to my good brothers, man. Like, that's why, man, when I saw you and brother Guy going back and forth, I was just hoping, because I was hoping, man, that y'all could just, nip that in the bud and put that beef, whatever differences that you brothers had against each other, man, y'all could just get rid of it. Because one thing, what I was saying, and this is something that I thought of, it's almost like the enemy, they love to see us, get up here on YouTube. Like if we look back at, in Roman times, like ancient Greco-Roman times, they had the Colosseum, where they had like the fights, and they would place these two different fighters amongst each other just for white people, Greeks or Romans, to just sit up and, purchase a ticket. And that's what they're doing to us as black people. They love to see us fight each other, fight amongst each other.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I think he's trying to get back in.
Okay. Okay, well, Taalik.
You in?
He's there.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Taalik?
Yeah.
I hear you, bro. I don't hear Taalik yet.
I don't hear him either. His phone was tripping.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. But man, it really, really hurt my soul to see brothers. Okay. Well, let me just talk while you get everything going. I just for the listening audience purposes, you know, just for the sake of the video. But it really, really just hurts my soul to see black men at each other's throats. Black men, you know, so quick, you know, to wish death and destruction upon each other when we got the murderers and killers of black people like George Zimmerman walking free. Now, I always pay homage and show respect
we can't hear you say something.
to my brother Micah Xavier Johnson. But to see black men fighting
not on the site, no.
amongst each other. When we got the killers of brother Micah Xavier Johnson walking free. This brother, you know, in Dallas, man, in spite of what happened to Alton Sterling, Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, the brother took it up on himself, you know, to become, I forgot, what do they call that? I'm trying to, a vigilante. He chose to, you know, dish out vigilante justice against the oppressor. And his killer still walks free. His killer still walks free. You know, because the brother was blown up by a robot carrying a bomb. That's why I just sit back and I just try to, you know, I just think to myself, like, how many people are all talk and who is really revolutionary? Who is really ready to stand up for the justice, you know, and the betterment of black people? That's a good question, because you got these Negroes today, and brother Taalik, Ibn'rad, knows what I'm talking about. Negroes today, they're all about Patreon accounts, GoFundMe's. You know, their marketplace selling t-shirts, unks, African medallions, RBG sneakers. They're not really ready to shed any blood. They want to quote all of this Malcolm X stuff. But Malcolm said that, you know, a revolution is bloody. But Negroes just think that you could lead a revolution on YouTube with a Patreon account or a GoFundMe account. That's not how it works. So I'm just waiting for my bros to come back, man. We are experiencing technical difficulty, my good people.
Yeah, had Taalik on here, and now for some reason he dropped.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But and then
Sister Rashida,
brother Angel Snupnut, man, you heard about the brother from Philadelphia who was just incarcerated. I think his name is Maurice something, the brother who shot like the 5 pigs in Philly. This happened like about 2-3 days ago. He had a standoff with the police. Are you familiar with that or no?
Yeah, he was a criminal.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. But the way I look at this, man, he was a criminal trapped inside of a criminal nation founded by criminals. The United States of America was founded by criminals. Now, we could push that off to the side. And, you know, we could let bygones be bygones. Let the white man off the hook. But see, that's why, you know, my last name is Black, because, you know, I stand up, you know, for black justice. And I fight against black injustice. But like, even if we talk about John Africa in the MOVE organization.
Well, you can't compare John Africa and the MOVE organization to this guy here that was in his neighborhood. He's a criminal wanted, and he's shooting at and actually hitting police, and bullets don't care what they hit. And you got this guy here. He's willing to shoot innocent bystanders because he was wanted by the police, and you go and cause all this drama.
Yes, sir.
Now, see, this is the thing about I'm not going to make excuses for ill behaviors. This man got a problem.
Yes, sir.
He's got a problem, and he needs to work on it.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not going to sit around here and make it a black and white thing. This is nothing but a criminal. Now, I understand why the people, especially in Philadelphia,
yes, sir,
why they feel that way about the police. Because not too long ago, just a few years ago, not only the Philly Police Department, but Chicago, and I think LA, all of them was caught up in a scandal where they were, like, especially in Chicago, I know they were electrifying men's testicles to get them to confess the crimes they didn't do.
Yes, sir.
So, of course, the police is not nobody to, they're not no holy and righteous, holier than thou people. So I understand why the people are angry at the police and why they feel that way they do about the police. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit back and try to justify like this guy was being done wrong or something like that. This guy is a known criminal.
Yes, sir. Quick question, though, brother. Quick question.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Yeah, yes, indeed. This brother was a known criminal, but who is going to dish out justice and, sit in the, judge, jury, and execution for the United States of America? Like, we look at Mount Rushmore, when we look at, the forefathers, what they call the founding fathers of this country, man, look at how many look at how much native blood was shed. What I'm saying, yes, the brother was a criminal, but at the same time, isn't he a product of his environment?
Look.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
You need to stop making excuses for stuff. Like he's the only one that didn't have a bad upbringing. I had bad parents. A lot of us have bad parents. A lot of us grew up in poverty. A lot of us did do this and that and that. You at one point, see, that's what got me to the point. When are you going to take personal responsibility for yourself? How long you gonna blame your mama? How long you gonna blame your daddy? Oh, mama, you didn't do this. Oh, daddy, you didn't do that. Oh, my cousin should have done this. My cousin should have did that. When you going to take responsibility? Look, you're dealing with a raggedy people in this country. You know what they are about. You know what they are about.
Yes, sir.
When you gonna take, just because they do what they do, does that mean, oh well, so I'm gonna blow this other brother's brains out because of what the white man did?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. I would never, ever advocate that. The harming of another brother? No, sir.
But see, this is what I'm talking about. When are we going to take responsibility for ourselves? We, as I've been told, we get enough money as a people out of this economy to be the 10th richest nation on the planet.
Yes.
There's a lot of things we can be done with that kind of money. But we buy liquor, we buy weed, we buy shoes. We're not together to do a damn thing. Is that the white man's fault? Or is it your fault? It's their fault. Like even in the Black conscious community, these people are supposed to know better. Oh, I can't work with you. You're gay. Oh, I can't work with you. You married to a white woman. Oh, you're too light. You're too tall. You're too short.
Yes, sir.
You believe in Jesus. Whatever the reason is that the white man's fault? Or is it your fault? It's their damn fault.
Yes, indeed.
It's their damn fault. They just convenient. They're just something that's convenient that you can direct yourself to them and blame them for something that you can do, but you refuse to do, but you won't do it. So just keep blaming the white. That gets sick and redundant and tired to me. I don't want to hear that crap because the white man has done what he done. but you are responsible. You are responsible for your action. The white man don't tell you. The white man can provide you with a gun. Do that mean that you go out and shoot another black man and rob him for his
No,
$5?
sir. No, sir. No, not another black man. No.
Or even if it's a white person.
Okay.
You go and rob a white person for $5.
Yes, sir.
That's your own personal responsibility. Who's the one that is in control of the justice system? So when you get caught up in their justice system, what do you expect? Since you refuse to come together and take advantage of your own resources, then you're gonna get what's coming to you. You know who is in control, then you're gonna get what's coming to you. It's simple as that. It's just redundant to me that we continue to put ourselves in a situation where, and it's redundant, and I'm never like that anyway. But I try to put myself in a position to, try to understand. Yeah. But see, understanding for me has run out because it gets redundant. I've been understanding for 10 years, and these niggas still doing the same damn stuff and still talking about, well, the white man. And then you keep trying to paint yourself like you holy and righteous. These people was not holy and righteous prior to slavery, prior to the atrocities of the white man. In fact, they are guilty of doing the same stuff themselves. The only difference between them and the Caucasian people is that these people don't have the technology. But if you look at a place like Africa, whatever technology they can get, the gun, a laser beam, they're using on their own people right now. And they would have done it a long time ago if they had the technology. They just did not have the technology. The only reason why this racist is able to do what he's doing because of he's extremely high tech. These people, if you give them the same weapons, would do the same damn thing because they're doing whatever they can with the little stuff they have. Yep. This is the example I'm going to give you on this. You got a woman. She's abused. It's wrong for her to be abused by this guy. We're going to just say a man because usually the perpetrator in these things, usually it's a man. Women abuse men too. Men can be abused in these abusive relationships also. But we're going to say that she's in the we're going to say that she's in an abusive relationship. She don't deserve that, to be abused and beat on and verbally, physically attacked and blah, blah, blah. But now what you don't know is that she beat her children. She abuses her children. She's stealing from the job. She's not holy and righteous either. Yeah. But that don't mean that she deserves to get beat and abused by her husband, but she's not holy and righteous either. It's the same thing with dark-skinned people. We're not holy and righteous, never have been. That's some fantasy stuff. Oh, well, prior to the Caucasian man, we was living in some type of utopia. We was, oh, you're a damn lie. You're a damn lie. Because if that was the case, and I use this as an example, a goldfish is a docile fish. Anybody who raised tropical fish know that the goldfish is what they would call a community fish. And that fish, you can they are able to live with any fish you put them in because they are just docile like that. They can get along with anybody. No matter how much they've been bred, no matter what has been done to goldfish, they just docile. They get along with everybody. If these black folks, if these dark-skinned people was as docile and holier than thou and righteous, that's your nature, you will see that in us today, but you don't. You'll get cussed out by these cats real quick. They will steal from you. They will lie. They will murder you. They will rape you. All kinds of things. But if it was your nature, you wouldn't have to worry about it because you're docile. That's your nature. Nothing can change your nature. Just like cows. Look at cows. No matter what you do to cows, look at them. It's very difficult to get a cow upset, get them really angry because they just some docile animals. They just don't roll that way because that's just their nature. That's how cows do. But when it comes to these people here, they are violent, they're nasty, they're profane, they're dirty, The only problem that they got is these Peckerwoods is kicking them in their ass. They found somebody who is worse than them. That's where the upset comes. Because I can guarantee you, if you put these pro-blacks with the mindset that they have right now, you put them over anybody, you're going to see people get their heads chopped off. They're going to get murdered. They're going to get abused. They're going to get exploited. The same thing that the Peckerwood is doing.
Yeah, that's right, bro. You know, that's
the
same thing that, like, I really don't trust a lot of these people that claim to be fighting for, you know, black power. You know, I'm more or less about just black empowerment and, you know, just bringing justice. You know, it's all about justice and righteousness to all. You know, justice and righteousness, man. You know,
and that's where you need to. That's the ultimate goal should be freedom, justice, and equality for all. But now, see, the key word here also is equality, because everybody say that, but they really don't want that. Equality means I have $50, you have $50. Inequality is I have $50 and you have $60. That's not equal. But some folks say, well, I worked a little harder than you and blah, blah, blah. They don't want a society of equals. They want to be able to, they want a society of unequal type of people, regardless whether you work hard or not. It don't make no difference. You have a group of people that want to be better. They want to be above others. They want women to be some type of inferior.
That's right.
The man leads the household and all this. Parents lead the household. And the household is led by the most competent parent. Hopefully both of them are competent. Parents lead the household, not men. But when we have been conditioned in a patriarchal society, conditioned by woman-hating religion, then it's all about the men.
Wow.
It's all about the men. Men do this. Okay, that's fine. But remember, since men are in control and want to be leaders, you have to take the bad with the good. So if the world is messed up and the world is in shambles, you can't blame women. It's men that's in control. Men are the ones who messed all this up. Everything that's falling apart is because men. You have to take responsibility, but they don't want to take responsibility for that mess up. Well, the women do this and the little kids do this. No, you want to be head of the household. Then accept the good and the bad. They just want to accept the leadership. I'm the head of something, but you have to be competent. Donald Trump, as the president of the United States, has to take the bad and the good. He just can't say, well, I did this good. No, you're the leader. When you mess up, you have to accept the responsibility of your mess up. These people don't want to do that. You want praise and honor, whether you're doing good or doing bad. You won't accept the responsibility for your actions.
Yes, sir. So after over 10 years plus in this quote unquote Black conscious community, as well as the time that you served, you know, underneath Minister Louis Farrakhan,
yeah,
you know, with the you know, pro-blackness of the Nation of Islam. You know, I'm not sure exactly when you were inducted into the Nation of Islam. I know that you said as a child you read the Message to the Black Man from Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But I'm saying, with all this, seeing all of this stuff, man, I've been noticing lately that in your videos you're taking an entirely different position. You're not with that African, that Pan-African stuff.
I never have.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. And I cannot fault you for that. I do not fault you, because I mean, we are in America, and obviously there wouldn't be so many Africans, you know, born on the continent, you know, trying to break their backs to get over here.
Yeah.
To benefit, you know, from American luxuries, if, you know, Africa was so good. See, one of the questions that I have for a lot of these Kemetic scholars is, I'm just wondering, like, you know, for these people that, you know, claim this, you know, ancient Egypt, Egyptology, and all of that stuff. I mean, they claim that during, you know, the transatlantic slave trade, that the majority of our ancestors came from West Africa. Now, how do you tie West Africans to this small little region called Kemet in Egypt? Like, if we look, do you see how vast and how big of a continent Africa is? So, like, even if you buy into the, you know, we come from Africa stuff, so you mean to tell me that all people on the African continent originated from this small little tiny country of Egypt? I mean, you know, so how do we, how, you know, even, you know, for the Egyptologists and you know, the Kemetic scholars, how do we show a direct lineage, you know, from West Africa, who were supposedly brought over here on these slave ships? How do we show a direct lineage to those people all the way to ancient Kemet and, you know, ancient Egypt? But I know you don't believe in none of that foolishness. Do you even believe that we come from Africa at all, bro? Just speak on it, man. I mean, hey, I'm all ears, bro. I just want to hear your thoughts on this. Like, even if you believe we come from Africa, I mean, is Africa something to be proud of? I mean, what are your thoughts? Is Africa even something to be proud of?
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do with us. Like I always say on this channel, when you think about it, we are a product of chattel slavery. We are brand new people on the earth. Our original ancestors, chances are they were already here. And maybe they came from Africa. Hold on a minute.
Hey, brother, I'm gonna have to just go on YouTube and watch this because it's.
I got you on speakerphone.
Oh, you got me on speakerphone?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Craig was asking, do we think that, do I think that we're Africans? To make a long story short, because I've talked about this many times, our original ancestors, they might have migrated somewhere from Africa or wherever the cradle of civilization is, or whatever. And to me, it don't make any difference, because the people that was here was dark-skinned people, and the early records show that the racists called them Indians. Also, hey, you're making a lot of noise, Taalik. Actually called them Africans. Called them Africans and Negro and Indians. Is that a coincidence? So, also, when you look at the transatlantic slave trade, it really don't make any sense. It just don't make any sense that I'm not saying that the Atlantic slave trade did not happen. What I'm saying is over exaggerated, because it's impossible mathematically. If you just look at the math, it's impossible mathematically. Also, the situation, it takes 3 to 6 months to go across the ocean and grab less than 100 slaves and come back. That's not even good business sense. Nobody's going to invest their money and knowing that they're going to lose at least half of the cargo. Nobody's going to do that. If that was the case, if people knew they was going to order bananas and lose half of their cargo coming here, nobody would be ordering bananas because you still got to pay for the bananas like the whole shipment got here. You know that you're taking a risk coming across the ocean. It's not going to happen. So our ancestors had to be, the original breeding stock had to be already here. People from Africa and the islands, whatever they came later, but the original breeding stock had to be here. And they were in various tribes. They were not united. There was not one people in North America. There was 700 tribes here in America. And because of slavery, they were forced to come together. They had nothing to do with one another. So in the beginning,
difficulties, bro. Can you hear me?
So in the beginning, you can't hear?
No, I was having technical difficulties. My internet, I don't know what the heck is going on. It kicked me out.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But in the beginning, what happened was these people that's already on this land that would not have nothing to do with one another because of slavery, they was forced to come together. So they came together. And then what happened next, of course, as you know, the racists raped them. Then as time went on, of course, as I told you, these Africans and other people from other places, they slowly blended in. And over this 100, 200-year period of time, actually less, you began to develop a brand new human being. And this human being, this race is called a Negro, or black, or the ever popular, the N-word. Not going to say that today. Now, so since we've never been on the African continent, the only place we've ever been here. We are not African or Aboriginal. We are a brand new people, but we are native here. We are Native Americans because we were, in fact, created here, born out of due slavery. And then thanks to you, you make my point more valid because I did not know about the breeding farms. So not only is this biological soup is going on, but then when you talk about the breeding farms, we don't even really know who we are biologically related to because of the breeding farm. There was a lot of incest going on. And then, you know, in slavery, your son was shipped over here, your daughter was shipped over there. And when our people were set loose, I'm not going to set free. When they were set loose, if you was a little boy and you were sent to another plantation, an older woman on the new plantation would adopt you and you would become her son, but you're not her biological son. And you will be raised and treated like an actual biological son. We still do that to this day. Because I know, even in my family, there was a man called Uncle James. And Uncle James, I think he was in the war, and one of his arms was amputated. I thought he was my uncle, Uncle James. Turned out he was just a close family friend. We still do that to this day.
Yes,
we still do the same thing to this day. So,
well, brother, since you were, I remember you told me that you weren't that familiar with the breeding farms, like you heard of the term buck. They used to have what they call bucks, you know, on the breeding farm. That would be, you know, the strongest and tallest, you know, African slave. And I mean, he had sex with, you know, over 100, you know, the sisters and stuff, man. And yeah. So
he's sort of like the stud horse, you know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The stud horse thing. They call it that would be the buck, the stud horse, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so so we got this biological soup that's going on here. And because of our genetics, we can look like anybody that's in our gene pool. That's why some of us right now are passing for white people or pink people, Caucasian. And then we represent from the lightest of the light to the darkest of the dark. We have big noses, skinny noses, big lips, thin face, short, tall. There is no specific look for us because of our gene pool. That's why you cannot say that you're African, because as individuals, like for me, you can say I look like so-and-so from whatever, blah, blah, blah. But we as a people, we don't look like them. It's impossible because they don't come into, they do not even come into that variety. Those African people, those on that people on that continent, they cannot pass for white folks or anybody else. They have a specific look for themselves. The people from the Congo don't look like the people in Ethiopia. The people in Ethiopia don't look like the people from Somalia, and so forth and so forth. Now we do have our relatives, but they came from us. You know, the people from Liberia. So I have respect for the continent, of course, any of our dark-skinned people, because we have been taught, regardless, you know, by this racist, that dark-skinned people have not accomplished and did a damn thing in the world, which is a lie. But that's not us, though. I'm glad to know that dark-skinned people have done some things, but that's not us. Our history begins, whether we like it or not, in the good old USA, whether we like it or not. And I'm proud of that. There's nothing wrong with that, because we all have to start from somewhere. You cannot help who your parents are. One of your parents might be a crackhead. Your other parent might be a prostitute. That's them. But that's where you come from. One parent is a crackhead, one is a prostitute. That's where you come from. Do you have to be that? No. You can go beyond what they were. So our ancestors were slaves. They were set loose, not free. We're learning, we're trying to learn what freedom is. We don't really know what it is, because if we actually knew what freedom was, we would be fighting much harder for it. But since you don't miss what you never had, like your check. Like your check. They take money out your check before you get it. So you really don't miss it. You know you had it, but you really don't feel like you missed it because you didn't get a chance to see it. So that's how it is. So you know, you cannot miss what you never had. We've never been free. Our situation is, a very simple example is like this. If you was a baby, an infant raised in prison, the only thing you know, well, I've been to jail. I understand what that is. I've been locked up. And I think some of us have, we have that experience. What if you was born in that? That's the only thing you know. You know, get in the child line, you know, bend over. You know, they do those random searches, bend over. We got to look at your butt cheeks, searching for drugs and weapons. That's the kind of environment that you was raised in all your life. You barely get to go outside. So you an infant, you a little boy, a child, you rarely get to go outside. The only thing you know is those bars, being enclosed. So what you gonna tell a child like that, talk about, don't you want to be free? That child will look at you like, what? What you mean free? Because this is the life that they know. The reason why we act and behave the way that we do, because we never been free. That's why we can joke around. You think everything is a game and play, you know, and play around, because you used to living in this zoo. Yes. You a zoo animal on display. This prison, that's all you ever know. It sounds good. You know, it sounds good. I want to be free. Black power, I want to be free. It sounds good. But there's no real effort. There's no real effort to get out of this, because this is all that you know. So let's do an African school. Let's donate to a grocery store. Let's just do everything we can to just stay comfortable in the prison that we know of. Because a person that want to be free don't want nothing to do with this. They don't want to be free. People that's trying to escape don't care. I don't give a damn how good it is. They ready to get the hell out. But we don't. We making plans about generational wealth, passing down your wealth to the generation. You can't have generational wealth unless you plan on staying here with your damn oppressor. So you're comfortable here because this is the only thing that you know. We're institutionalized. Actually, it's worse than being institutionalized because people who are institutionalized at one time or another, they was free. They was not raised in prison. But after you stay in prison for a certain period of time, and I know because I experienced this, I'm gonna tell you, I was locked up for so long, I really didn't want to leave. I'm gonna tell you, that's the honest truth. I was locked up for so long, and I was scared to leave. You might find that hard to believe. That's the truth.
Yes, sir.
I was scared to leave because it's scary to be free. Because I got to think how I'm going to take care of myself, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to eat, can I get a job? Because you know, it's a lot of things going through your head. Locked up for 10 years, the world has changed. They using cell phones now, computers. Oh, that's scary for a lot of folks. Don't you know, I was locked up with people who were still acting and behaving like it was the 1970s. Because that's when they got locked up. They got locked up in the late 60s, early 70s. They wearing the 70s clothes. They talk like the 70s. I'm like, I'm gonna tell you, when I first went into that place, I thought I had went through a time machine because the people was acting like it was the 1970s. I'm like, and this when I got locked up, it was the 90s, going on 2000. These people still living like it's the 70s. I'm like, and they talk that way. Their behavior is just like the 70s. I'm like, whoa. But it's a scary thing.
Yes, sir.
Freedom is a scary thing.
I didn't want to get you sidetracked, brother.
I want to say this too before you ask your question or make a comment.
Yeah.
I want to say this. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Let me see if I.
Brother,
yeah.
I chime in once you get.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna try to think about what I wanted to say. Go ahead, Taalik.
Yeah, I just want to say this. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
You're on speakerphone, yes.
Okay. I just want to say this. For those who say that they really want freedom, especially those who talk about going to Africa, or any other part of the world that's, similar to Africa when it comes to so-called third world countries or areas around the world, I just got a question for the people who say they really want true freedom and justice and want to make an exodus from America. Are they really ready to deal with that type of situation when they get to the places? Are they ready for the unknown without having fear of the unknown? You see, and these people who talk this, especially going back to Africa, are not really trying to make that move. Because like you say, they want to really remain comfortable in this cesspool over here in America. You know, are they ready to go to some other part of the world and adapt to the environment? Living in houses or apartments where they no air conditioning at all, where they got to buy generators in order just to get some type of air or even be able to cook. You see what I'm saying? Are they ready to deal with something like that? I mean, are they ready to be prepared to deal with something like that? So, I mean, this is my thing. You know, I don't have no problem with making an exodus. You know, for some of those of you in social media who have heard me make other videos, even on my channel, talking about this. But my thing is this here, is that I know that if I'm going to leave America, at least I got to be prepared for the environment to wherever I'm going. And it don't make no sense in asking questions of how it's going to be when I get there. It's about just going. And I'm going to say this in reference to these immigrants coming over here. They don't ask no questions about how it's going to really be when they get to America. All they know is that they got to get away from the oppressive state that they in whatever origin country or country of origin that they come from. You see? So once they make that move into America or to go to wherever they got to go to get away from their oppressive condition and whatever countries they come from, that's what they got to do. And this is the same thing that must apply to those descendants of slaves born here in America. Because we are always worried about when the question come up, where are we going to go? What are we going to do when we get there? We are not in the time for that right now. We are not in the situation to be worrying about what's going to happen if we leave here or where we going to go. We're not in that position to worry about that. We'll worry about that later when we get there.
Yes.
We know we got to get the hell out of here. You see my point? So my thing is this. I have, right now, at this point in time, knowing it's been close to 500 years, and where our people had almost 100 years to do something, to turn this whole tide of the situation around that we still find ourselves in as a people. And we still have not came up with a concrete, effective plan to do so. And listen, I'm not going to wait around, you know, to wonder or to worry about where I'm going and what's going to happen. I'll worry about that when I get there. And that means, and if anybody that really seriously wants freedom from their current oppressive condition as a descendant of a slave born in America, then they need to really be thinking about those things. I'm not talking about those that want to lag around in bull and BS or whatever, and that truly don't want freedom. I'm talking about those that do. Yeah. You know, and that's the whole main thing about it. And with that said, for now, whoever wants the mic, they can have it.
Yes, sir. Hey, okay. Brother Taalik, man, I didn't want to get you sidetracked off of the main topic of discussion today. What was the topic of discussion for today?
Well,
because I got you sidetracked into that Africa stuff.
Well, the main,
how easy it is.
Well, the main topic is, well, actually, we're sort of speaking on the topic because I want the question that we're raising today is, now what is the topic? How did I forgot how hey, thank you, Rashida. You always look good too, sister dear.
Say something about stick a fork in them black folks.
Stick a fork in all we done as a people. I mean, all we done. Is this, I mean, do we have a future?
Was it this a general discussion?
No, this.
I didn't know.
Well, the topic is stick a fork in them, are black people done? And this sort of relates to that.
Okay,
topic.
so what's your thoughts? Are black people done as a people?
Well, I want to go ahead and finish my thought.
Okay, yes, sir.
Where I was at about this being locked up thing. I was locked up with people who say they wanted to be free. Oh man, I gotta get out of here. I can't. Boy, I got to get that. You know, I just can't do it. But when the reality came, and they could see, it was going to actually happen, they did things to stop that process. And that's what we do. We do things, we're doing things right now to stop the process because we really don't want this. We're comfortable in the prison. We really don't want to change nothing. The only thing we want to do, please, officer, don't shoot me in my head. Please give me a job. Stop all this discriminating. We just want to be treated a little bit more better by those who run the jail. That's all we want, is to be more treated by in the prison. You know, give me some more commissary. Can I have some more privileges to walk around the prison? That's all they really want. Because when the idea or when freedom is right in front of you, they don't want to go for it. And that's what we're seeing here. And then, of course, the reality is, as individuals, you can make that move. As individuals, you can do that. But as a people, like I've said before, don't expect the 40 to 70 million to want to, they're not going to do that because they're not programmed that way. They're institutionalized. This is all that they know. Even the ones who claim they won't is not making the move. So what do you expect from those that's not like that? This is all that they know. They just want to be like, they just want to be hope. Maybe one day they can produce a baby and be like Jay-Z or Beyonce or Rihanna or maybe Bill Cosby. I'm not talking about a pedophile, whatever the hell he was. I'm not talking about that.
And this is my point I was making, that those that claim they want freedom but don't want freedom, it ain't no sense of waiting on them. And those that definitely don't want freedom, as shown in their actions, it don't make no use. It ain't no use of waiting on them. We got to do what we got to do so we don't have to sink in the Titanic while the Titanic is sinking. You see what I'm saying? The hell, it's like this. When you ask these immigrants, when they left wherever they were being oppressed at to get to America, did they wait on the rest, or did they gather themselves and their personal families together to make that escape route? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is where we are at in this point in time. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you a long time ago, there ain't no sense of waiting on tens of millions of Negroes to do a damn thing. That's just impossible. That's not realistic. It's either about the individual making it out of the situation alive, or staying in the situation and getting burnt up with the rest. And it's unfortunate that it's that way. But the reality is that we're not going to get no 40-some million Negroes to come together on the same ideal like that. So we have to do what we need to do, unfortunately, as individuals, to survive this storm the best way we can. Unless we just want to give up altogether and say the heck with it and accept our fate and how it's going to be.
Yes, sir. Okay, yes. All right, Taalik, I've been seeing recently, man, you've been caught up in a lot of controversy.
Oh, man.
You got brothers.
Oh, that cannot be true. Are you sure it's me?
Multiple brothers have been making videos. I know Alquan for one. He's been going back and forth. I mean, just making all the man. He has a recent video out.
Yeah, I'm very popular like that. You didn't know all of this. Yes, very popular.
And I even saw a brother Guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Even him, man, coming out making videos and stuff like. I mean, what are your thoughts on just that within itself? I mean, like all these.
Gosh darn it, I'm just lovable like that. Gosh darn it, I cannot help it. Well, you know, this is the thing about it. a lot of people view, I mean, I'm a threat to the establishment because I don't think the way these people do. And the way I deliver the message is so simple, it's so plain, they view it as a threat. And God don't get the credit, black don't get the credit. See, these people are pro-black. They got to, something about them is black. I don't represent black. Black is a racist label, like what's his name from Good Times? Micah Evans said, boy is a white racist word. Black is a white racist word also. But they don't mind. They become proud of that. And see, when you come to this ministry, I'm getting rid of all that. I don't carry none of that with me. I'm not black, Negro, colored, all that stuff, all that race, African, all that stuff, Aboriginal, that don't exist here. All that stuff is void here. And I'm perfectly capable of defending my position. Everybody that come, see, this is another thing. See, these people, I do not present nothing on my platform that I cannot defend. I think about what I'm going to say before I bring it into the public because I know I'm going to have to be able to defend it. I think about it a long, long time. I just don't just come out here all lackadaisical, la 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 la. I don't do that. It has to pass my own criteria. It has to get past me first. See, these people, they come up with a simple idea. It's all simple. It's been tried and done before. And then they come out here and maybe they go back and forth, whatever. But then they meet me and I don't mean to hurt your feelings. I just have to crush it. I have to smash it because it has flaw, it has error in it. And I'm just telling you what you need to do. You need to fix it or get out of here. Or you need to let it go. They would prefer because I like it, I'm going to hold on to it. But it has flaw, it has error in it. Can't you see that? They cannot see it because they believe in it. Belief does not require logic or reason or common sense. You can just believe in something because you like it. Do that mean it works because you like it? No. But I like what I just came up in my head because I like it. But it don't work. I'm telling you the flaw and the error. But they don't want to accept that. And so what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I'm gonna show you that your stuff is got full of flaws and error. But it's very difficult. First of all, it has never been tried before. Has it been tried? No. It could have been tried, had nothing to do with me. Our ancestors was doing it anyway. Just the way they was moving and progressing in this country. If those racists in the South had left them alone, we would be in all soul brothers and sisters, we would be controlling those states right now. Like King Noble said, this is a fact. More of accomplishment than the Nation of Islam, Marcus Garvey, and all this other little stuff put together when you take control of a state, when you take control of government. Because now you gain power. And when you gain power, that means people will listen to you. But right now, you are not being listened to because you have no power. You have education. Who's listening to you? Nobody. You got African-centered schools in this nation already. Who's listening to you? Nobody.
I want to throw this up in the mix real quick, bro, while we on the Mississippi campaign. Brother, I just want to see how you're going to respond to this. As I was saying earlier, we were talking about what happened with Mississippi burning. Like, your plan, your focus, your goal is to take on one of the most historically racist and oppressive states. Historically for black people.
Yeah, historically, yeah.
Yes, sir. I mean, that's a hell of a task, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but see, the thing about it is you are in a position now that our ancestors wasn't in back then. Things have changed a little bit. It's an impoverished state. Nobody really gives a care about it, but it has a lot of resources with the right plan. Get the people their mind. See, there are idiots that keep telling this lie that I say we need to move to Mississippi. That's a lie. I never said that. There's a wonderful promo video from the very beginning, and you can even go back to my original presentation of the Mississippi campaign. I say we need to inspire the residents of that state so that we can take over the political systems of that state. That's what we need to do. I never said move to Mississippi. Now, why would I tell us to move to Mississippi when it's not ready yet? It's not ready. You don't go nowhere until it's ready, until you prepare a place. So once you go in and you begin to present a plan to the residents, get them, because you are going to need their help on the ground. They are the important piece of the pie. If those people don't want to change their behaviors, if they don't want to do what is necessary in order to put themselves in a position of power, then you might as well forget it. And the way they are living, the way they are thinking right now is not going to work. So what's the sense of moving there? Move there because you want to, but they don't have the right state of mind in order to do what needs to be done, because it all begins with the right mindset. The majority of the people of that state, our people in that Brother Gary.
What's happening?
Yeah, so no, man.
I'm in Macon, Georgia.
Are you?
Yeah, over here keeping my childhood buddy. Right? Yeah, I'm in humid Georgia. How you doing there, Snuff?
All right. Welcome to the forum. We have Brother Gary just joined the conversation. We have Brother Craig on the panel, myself, Brother Gary, and on speakerphone we have Brother Taalik.
So, talk show host.
Yes,
Excuse
sir.
my language,
Yes,
whatever.
Yeah.
Peace,
I mean, I ain't gonna do nothing. Hey, what's up, brother? TJ.
Yeah. And Brother Gary is here live in person. I don't know.
What's going on? What's the topic? What y'all talking about, man?
We're talking about.
Oh shit! I don't hear you. Hey, Taalik.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Well, I don't hear him though. Let's see.
I hear you. I hear him. Can you hear me?
I hear you, Brother Gary.
Crazy.
You know this.
I also want you to touch on this black identity extremism stuff. Like
you know this program.
Everyone.
He can't hear me.
He can't hear you. Okay. We can hear him loud and clear.
Yeah, I can hear him.
I'm gonna leave and come back.
Oh, now we hear you. Okay.
I heard him from the beginning since he first entered.
Yeah.
Hey, Brother Taalik, I can't hear Brother Gary.
Yeah, that's because he went out. His audio went out.
Oh, okay.
You know this StreamYard, whatever it is. You know, it's not really designed for cell phone.
Hey, brother, I need to say something.
Are you back? Can you hear me, Brother Gary? Oh, he said he can hear me now. Okay.
Brother Taalik, I need to just chime in before we go further. I want to just say that, I've been just sitting around here, watching, you know what I'm saying, what's going on around the nation with our people, and the majority of our people is not really thinking about freedom. All they're thinking about is how they're going to get the next check on Friday or Thursday, or how they going to get their next monthly check, next monthly food stamps coming up, or how they gonna, you know what I'm saying, have enough money for Friday and Saturday today to go to a club and party, and you know what I'm saying, and make it rain and all that crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? They not thinking about no freedom. So when this people decide to make a move on us, you understand, we gonna still be doing the same thing. And it's tickets me. When I watch this, you know what I'm saying, unfold, especially with our people out here strung out on dope, you know, selling it to each other, you know, killing over it and all this other stuff, and not seeing the big picture outside of the sphere of what they caught up in, which they are a product of, you know what I'm saying? I have to say that it just doesn't, it's almost a waste of time. It's almost a waste of time, you know, and like I say, going back in history, there have been civilizations people doing before. And we witnessed like the first Israelites, as far as us as sports, God's descendants of slaves born in America, you know. So, like I said before, it's sickening just to watch our situation even on a daily basis. And
it might be a
you know, like you know, up on what's going on in the bigger cities, like in Chicago, you know, like a couple weeks ago, like I think they say 40 people were shot, and they had to evacuate the emergency area to keep more people from coming in because it was too full to handle emergency patients. You know, in other words, that's how many people getting shot. You know, and being rushed to the emergency because they got shot and all this other craziness. And then you get these so-called organizations like the Nation of Islam that claim they divinely have the solution to our problem as a people in the country, but they headquartered in a place like Chicago where they ain't doing nothing to stop that, you know? So my thing is this, and there's other places around the country just like Chicago, you know, far as cities go, but I'm like this. What in the hell is it going to take? Is it either going to take us going to the mass grave or what? Because of what? And the reason I use the word what, because there's no direct answer to that word what or if. All I know is that we are in a dying situation. And anybody that really truly wants freedom understands and knows that.
Okay. All right. Brother Gary, you can still hear us, right? You ready to chime in? You got your mic off.
I'm just sitting here listening to what y'all have to say, man. You gave me a week advance and what have you. You know, regardless of where I'm gonna be at, I'm gonna participate. And then you know, when I think I'm gonna chime in, I'm gonna chime in.
All right, Brother Gary.
Where you in St. Louis, and where was Taalik at?
Taalik is in he's on speakerphone. You know, he's in Nebraska.
Oh, goddamn.
I want to be in Nebraska.
He with the white breakfast club over there. That's I'm just fucking with you, Lee, man. I'm fucking with you, man. Shit, I'm trying to go look at your YouTube. I told my homegirl I want to see if she's in. No, I don't know if she's in there or not. That stuff. But I'm here though. I'm gonna chime in and what having stuff, man. Like I said, I'm over here with these folks over here in Macon. We just kicking what having this human ass Georgia.
Yeah.
I'm with my childhood partner and shit that I ain't seen in 2 years and what have you. You know. I'm just up here chilling, drinking beer and what have you stuff, enjoying life. That's how I feel.
Hey, Brother Gary, you've been doing a lot of partying lately. I saw you at a barbecue.
I've been, well, of course, I'm enjoying life. That's what I just said. I don't be trying to, let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all on that pro-black stuff, I'm going to tell y'all something like this, man. You know I was in that shit too.
Yeah.
And his brother's the one that got me hip to this back when I was young. But you know what? I'm going to be real with you, bro. And nothing to take away or diminish or denigrate what y'all do, because y'all all have your own compartments and components of how y'all try to help black folk. But I've learned a long time ago, all the knowledge, degrees, and all that kind of shit that I've learned right here.
Yeah.
Focus on this right here. Empower yourself to find your connection with nature. But whatever religious apparatus you want to utilize, as long as it's not maladaptive, just use it right and what have you. I ain't got time to be worrying about whatever. I'm going to be real. Black folks ain't going to get together. And you come to realization right there, bro, because I can tell by your videos you've been posting up for the last 2 months. And I've been telling you when you was on your first radio show 10 years ago, I was telling you that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? I made those essays about the fringes of the black conscious community a long time ago. I made those videos a long time ago. I was Dr. York's student. This was back in 1997.
Yeah.
And then when I see that shit happen, because when I see all these people trying to argue and what have, I don't care what nobody believes. I really don't. As long as it's not maladaptive. It's not my place to tell somebody what I used to debate and all that shit that you see on Solnetter and all that kind of shit. And it's good in some way that Solnetter does that, because you see that I can see that I've been saying that 15, 20 years ago, people are gradually getting away from that pseudo shit. That reactionary bullshit where they're retreating to a reactionary idealistic canopy. Well, in reality, they can't do shit in reality while they're sitting at home eating hot flames and smoking blunts made out of cardboard and shit. And in their mind, they symbolically think they're fucking the white man up or fucking this person up, what have you. What I realized to do the tangible, concrete things of dealing with myself. And once I did it and I liberated myself from, I thought I got myself from religion, I got caught up in that damn Dr. York shit. So I jumped with one bullshit of being confined, thinking that I whatever, because of my ego. I didn't realize that shit. And that's why I make videos. My biggest emphasis is to start with yourself. The biggest thing about knowing knowledge is to know thyself. And it's not knowing that you're right. It's all about knowing when you're wrong. And it's to look deep inside of you. So when I start doing those kind of things and I start making these moves, which it was a period of time, I started to see the results. And I'm not here to save black folk. I would do it if people come to me like these folks right here. They know how I am or whatever. But they got their own mindset. They don't want to hear some of this stuff and what have you and stuff.
True.
Maybe I can plant some seeds and what have you, but they got their own endeavors that they're going to do. Because the majority of people don't want to hear about no God. Like you always say, nobody want to hear about no ancient commit. Ain't nobody want to hear about all that pro-black shit and chakras and kundalinis. I realized that. I thought, because I got when my conscience got woke up, I was shaking. And then when I started realizing what happened and stuff, I thought it was my job to tell everybody about this shit. And then I realized there's 7 billion people on this planet Earth. There's 42 million what we call African Americans on this motherfucker. They ain't trying to hear that shit. So I realized why I'm trying to delegate and divert my attention, trying to save black folk. I had the game fucked up. Me. Because when I gotta go pay my bills, like I said, when the last time I gave a fuck about somebody's opinion, the last time I tried to use their opinion to pay my bill. It's me. And once I do it, things are external. When people see that, they see the results and they be inspired by the aspirations of what I do. Like you've been saying a long time, talk is cheap.
Yeah.
Because half of the motherfuckers I know in the community, when I go see their ass, like I said, they're at home eating chicken noodle soup and I look in their cabinet, all they got is a goddamn bottle of fucking peanuts.
Wow.
And so then the social media has become a platform where people have false, they're not who they are. They love to run their mouth, and they think because they can run their mouth, they acquire a little knowledge, and they use this apparatus as a platform to give them some kind of veneer and some vigor to give them vitality to this false superficial image that they are. But when I meet their ass, they ain't nothing like what the fuck they is. They live a complete contradiction. And that's why I keep it 100. And like I said, fuck being real, because real has been misappropriated. I say fuck being real, be honorable. Straight up. I'm off the mic, though.
All right.
What's that?
Right. You could be too real.
And you were just saying it the other day.
Yeah. I'm on a radio thing. Yeah. I'm drinking beer too. I used to say, I can't drink beer. Then fuck that. I'm enjoying life, man. Heaven on earth, bro.
Heaven on earth.
Hey, bro.
They gonna be. Get out of here now, bro. Hey, man, be yourself. I learned to be yourself. I don't care what nobody believes on. I don't care about. I know about white supremacy, and white supremacy is here. But I learned, like I teach all of my. You see my children?
Yeah.
See what my kids and how I implant with kids. I don't want them to be bitter. I want them to understand the canopy and whatever. Understand this is a fucked up world. Understand it whatever shit. But that resentment mortality motherfucking mindset, all it is gonna fuck you up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But there are people out there that can galvanize. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like that. I realize my weaknesses and my strength. Now there are people out there, even people that listen to you, that knows how to galvanize people and bring them together, and they can mobilize and do something logistically and mobilize and make a motherfucking impact. Don't get me wrong. I just ain't one of them. I know my weaknesses and what have. And when I first started, when I was young, I thought I could save everybody. And I realized I'm not equipped to do that. My capacity is how you see when I make those videos on my YouTube. I learned how to inspire people because I got too much concentration to be worrying about my own life. And rather than allocating and delegating my motherfucking problems on other people and shit, I realize I'm wasting too much of my fucking energy on some and investing on some shit that I need to invest on myself. Because when I hurt, my children hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are my people. And then of course I'm always gonna fight for the plight of black folks. Hell yeah. All right, boy. But I believe being yourself. Know where you stand and what have you. Because when you become indoctrinated, you become dogmatic. And the more you hold on to a motherfucking idealistic reactionary thing, the more it's gonna resist you as you get older. And as you get older, you start kind of separating yourself from whatever. I believe, just like you say, the reality temple on earth.
Yes, sir.
This is the temple, the earth. I'm a temple. This is the temple. The heart's a temple. And this earth and this canopy, underneath this canopy with the atmosphere and all the nutrition, the vegetation, and all the things that give us nourishment. This is the reality temple on earth. I'm just adding to what your thing is, brother. Yes, let me shut the fuck up and y'all do y'all thing.
Okay.
I always talk like this on whatever. I don't know. I'm not gonna act like I'm some goddamn guru and some mystic and and watch. Hell no. I just realized, be yourself. Be yourself.
See,
be yourself. It's the greatest liberation is to be yourself.
Is be yourself. So I have to be myself. And I understand the reality of myself. I am not 20 some years old. I'm 50, I'll be 60 in just a minute, okay? I don't have the energy, I don't have the drive, I just don't have what it takes in order for me to move the way I really want to move. I need young blood, I need somebody to, matter of fact, I need to be inspired myself. I need that push. Whatever else I got in me, I'm ready to give it, I need that push, I need that drive. So I know where you're coming from. And so just like you and I, we've been active. We know about all this. We've been doing this for a long, long time.
Yes, sir.
And unfortunately, during our youth, we wasted a lot of our youth on these roads to nowhere. So now we have something that I truly feel can really accomplish a lot if we act on it. But you have so many people out here, they jealous, they envious, or just, you know, that's just how we do each other. We don't want to say, look, let's just take all the ideas and sit on the table and see how all this can work together. But they don't want to do that. This truth is mine. This mine. You know, this childish, immature type thinking. And we are in a life and death situation. We don't have time for that kind of stuff. We don't have time. We don't have time for. Like I said, I'm tired of babysitting folks. Now, as an individual, I can make moves on me. Believe me, I'm making moves for as an individual is concerned. I'm not gonna wait on all these people. Can't do that. The only thing I can do is suggest and advise. You don't want to do it? That's fine with me. I'm gonna shake your hand. It's all gravy, bro. But I'm gonna have to look out for me. Now, don't expect me to shed tears for you when I warned you and you didn't want to do. Don't expect me to sit back, oh, I feel so sorry. The white man did this. No, you did that to yourself. You did that to yourself because you do better. But you thought all this was gonna be here forever. And guess what? You got a reality check, and sometimes you gotta pay for it with your life. So don't think, I don't want nobody to think that I'm angry at them because they said that my plan is bull crap or whatever. I'm not, I don't care nothing about that. It's your fault. It's you the one gonna be the loser. See, because technically, from now, within the next 20 years, I'm gonna be dead anyway, probably. Or probably in a nursing home doing this, you know, sucking on some soup, you know.
Do that stuff they be
I'm
having.
not sucking off of that. Y'all the ones, the future, y'all young boys, y'all the ones that really gotta worry. Because I've seen 50, going on 60. I've already seen it. You got a long road and you don't know what's going down that road. Trying to tell you, you're not in the best place to be.
There's training there.
So if anything break out, especially something like World War III or just a big conflict in general,
I told him I got 5 on me.
and say you don't want to, you don't think nothing's gonna happen, you want to be nonchalant, that's your business. So see, that's our problem.
2 other teachers weighing over there real bad. We got him too. I'm like, y'all got them big.
We think this is always gonna be the way it is. Just like the Native Americans that was here. You know, they know that thing, been doing it for thousands of years. The first white folks started coming to the land. They did not have no idea that was the beginning of the end of reality as they knew it. They had no idea.
I'm telling you.
You think, yeah, it's been around for thousands of years, so why should something change? But it did. So here you are, we've been doing this for just a few hundred years. You think something drastic won't change? The economy is unstable. People's mind is unstable. You can't even go to Walmart and get some toilet paper. Somebody shooting at you at Walmart. You got to duck and dive at Walmart.
Go ahead now.
And it's only going to get worse because everybody's wrapped up in this race thing, materialism, and we're just so full of ourselves. We just think that we're so great. We're better than the animals. We're better than the trees. We just so great. We're gods and goddesses and kings. Everything is just wonderful. That reality check, that rude awakening, oh, that's gonna be a mother. I don't want to be around. Please bless me with death. I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around for that. So the question or the topic that we chose is stick a fork in them. Black people are done. At this moment in time,
I'm listening.
Yeah, at this moment in time, I really don't see a future. You know, I don't really see a future for us.
Hey, brother, real quick, what do you mean? Can you specify, be a little bit specific? What do you mean that you don't see a future for us, what you're denoting black for? What do you mean by that?
Well, I don't see a good future. Well, we've never had a good past. So how can you expect a good future? You never had a good past.
Hey, let me interrupt. Get part of the interruption. This brother right here, man, Freak Dog, Tony. I've been knowing him since Abraham had colored sandals and Moses had short pants. This brother been in the system. You don't mind me saying whatever about you? Okay. This brother was caught up in the system.
Uh-huh.
And I can tell you knowing him since he was what? You're 42, 44. And I've been knowing him since he was what, 12, 13, probably 11. And I'm at his crib right now.
Uh-huh.
I always say to myself, it's not all about what the fuck you've been through. It's all about how you overcome it.
Right.
And he went in the system, went to the yard twice, slang dope and everything. And look what he doing right now. At this house he owns. truck that me and you do, he owns. Last time I talked to him, when I kicked it with him, he was a lease operator. I mean, he was a company driver. And he told me he's gonna be a dad and gonna run his own shit. So he's living proof. Yeah, I understand it's not there's a great disparity. I mean, the odds of that happen within inside the demographic of black folk is slim to none.
Yeah.
But nobody really taught him too much of what have you and stuff. I mean, he learned off our trials. There are a lot of times when we make our mistakes, a lot of us black folks get caught up in the system. We get caught up in the world when we go in a circle of things. But he's a living proof. I'm a living proof, and you're a living proof, right? Mm-hmm. There's always a future. Anytime a child is born, there's always hope with black folks. I understand that the ratio and the proportion of black folks compared to all the other racial ethnicity and demographic, what have you, in comparison, there's a large margin that they're doing way better than us. But what I always believe in, even though that I was very critical about talking about black folks, it seemed like I'm being selfish and like I gave up, which I did not give up on black folks, is that I'm a cockeyed, optimistic person though, but I'm realistic in my optimism. I always believe there's an imminent thing about, I mean, the way us black folks, we just had a bad hand. I won't say we just had a bad hand. It was calculated, and we've been ostracized, we've been fucked up, and on top of that, in science, they got what they call the post-slave syndrome that's in our DNA too. And we tend to be very reactionary. It's in our DNA, and we react the way we act. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And with you, I believe, I'm being critical, don't take whatever.
Okay.
Your heart bleeds to help the vocal black folks. And there's no question, nobody can question that, man. And I admire that. I'm astonished how you are and continue to do it. Mm-hmm. But I feel that in my thing, in contrast to where you go, is that like you recently are going hard on black folks. Because before then, and you're descriptive of your criticism about black folks, it was on the other side. Now you start seeing the influx and a saturation of all these black conscious shit, and you're seeing how bankrupt and incompetent they are, they're compounding the problem. Now you're going after black folks. I've been saying that for a long motherfucking time. I'm not saying that there's some kernels of truth in the black conscious community. Yeah. But what it is repulsive and is redundant. And all I do is believe is, and people gonna say I'm a coon or what, I don't give a fuck about being denounced. Like I said, I give a fuck. Because the last time I give a fuck about somebody's opinion when I try to pay my bills with it.
I know that's right.
I don't give a fuck. I've been through this shit and what have you, and I'm going to be concerned about the plight of black folks. I'm a secular and I'm a humanist as well. But I'm not gonna forsake black folks and what have you shit. But I believe is that develop individual, empower yourself. Work on yourself with knowledge. The first thing about knowledge back when you was in the Nation Islam is to know thyself, because you've been robbed of your knowledge yourself, right? And all that damn time I'm worrying about this, worrying about that damn shit, things that are outside of myself, than rather than looking about this motherfucker right here. And once I liberated myself from all these dogmas and these idealistic reactionary shit and try to help all these motherfuckers and shit, I saw I gotta help myself. But it was unfortunately I had to fall down though. Yes. I always say that your breakdown will bring your breakthrough. You find your crisis, not religious, but you find your Christ when you're in your crisis. But a lot of people want to react the wrong way and they want to blame. Just like I said in that radio show 15, 12 years ago. We think reactionary and proactive. When Martin Luther King did what he did, even though the people could say he's part of the boule and all that kind of shit, he was part of the white man and shit to integrate black folks and all that. I said, but let's get away from that, all these conjectures. Let's get down with Martin Luther King. He did something proactive, tangible, concrete, and he implemented it. And when he implemented it, he put it in action. He galvanized, he mobilized, he used communication. He drew attention. He used the media in a more positive way, correct? And when he did it, and boom, he changed the policy. Reactionary motherfuckers and shit retreat. Well, I gotta be nothing against the Hebrew Israelites. They, to me, they look like whatever. What they is, they can't fuck with the white man. So they think, well, I'm gonna get the white man back. I'm gonna show you how, because I believe the Hebrew Israelites are nothing but fanatic Christians. So the way I get to the white man, I can't fuck with the white man. They fucking us up. So let me retreat to an idealistic religious canopy that I can symbolically beat the white man. But in reality, you know, I'm doing shit, but they're caught up in their own fucking shit. That's what all these fringes in the black conscious community are doing. When all these kundalinis and chakras not doing shit. And they get mad when a brother or sister go out there and plug themselves in the matrix, absorb the shit, find their tools in the inventory, and know how to use the tool properly without using a goddamn hammer. I mean, twisting a nut when they should be using a pair of pliers instead of using a screwdriver. That's what's wrong with the black folk. We want to blame, and all that other bullshit. And to help with this motherfucking internet, we got a lot of talkers. Yeah. Ooh, man, I know a few things about this shit and what have I. got so much to say. Then they get a little motherfucking attention. Now they think they're motherfucking goddamn whatever without going through the rigors and the motherfucking discipline and the proper education, what have you, and stuff. They've been misguided. And they get on the platform and they spill all kind of bullshit and what have you, stuff. And they just, all they do is just misguide more people and get caught up in that reactionary bullshit. Yeah. Without saying, you know what, I was wrong. I learned one thing about knowledge is admit that I'm wrong. And I was wrong about a lot of shit. But all that damn time, I was suffering from cognitive dissonance. And I was suffering from what you call Kruger-Dunning syndrome, too. And all that damn knowledge, but didn't really know shit. And so I hit the reset button. When I hit the reset button, I started all over and on a clean slate. And I started learning things properly. And then people will say, well, how the hell you know? Because I utilize correspondence. I learned the discipline of being objective, of understanding my biases. Because half of these black conscious shit is all predicated on race. They're obsessed with race. Yeah. And what they're doing is they have adopted the same people that they blame, the white man. The late 1800s and the early 1900s, Eurocentric, what you had scientific racism. They had what you call social Darwinism and all that other bullshit too. And they justify trying to make a justification that they can find cues and hues in our phenotype, our physical characteristics, and our traits, that they can determine, they can find cues where the people was inferior, particularly non-white. Where white people, they try to justify with their phenology and their craniums and all that kind of shit. They try to use the goddamn IQ test. And then with the IQ, they made a mistake and they felt, damn, we did an IQ test. But you know that Southern whites IQ tests results were worse than northern blacks, so they had to repackage that shit. But then in the early 1920s and 30s, you had other white people who would become, they gathered more, they had more methodologies and tools and instruments, and they discredit and disfund a lot of that motherfucking old ass scientific racism that Eurocentrics did. You know who's doing that shit now today? Our own folks are doing it in that fringes of the black conscious community. They're the ones that are employing and they're adopting the defunct, discredited Eurocentric did with physical taxonomy and trying to say the white man is that shit. So to be objective, I learned to be objective is to understand your preconceived notions and not to start with a pre-conclusion and not to start and be predicated on race. Learning how to gather and quantify, collect evidence properly, and not only evidence, what evidence is valuable. And once you do it, you quantify, you collect it, then you formulate your opinions. Not based on my fucking emotion. There's some shit they say that the system, I mean, the quantitative of evidence and what have you shit. And if it speaks not in a concrete conclusion, I'm not gonna sit there and twist the motherfucking shit about what they say about black folks. I know where we are as black folks, but what it is, I learned how to be objective. It's impossible to be completely objective because when it comes to my children, I'm subjective. When it comes to love, it's arbitrary. But when it comes to methodology and understanding discipline of gathering things with physics, history, psychology, sociology, historicity, and all that other good shit, dealing with race and shit, people got to learn how to be objective. Everything is based on race in the black conscious. It's proliferating and it's polarizing us. And we need to take responsibility and say we're fucking wrong. And admit, because all these groups that are coming out, Hebrew Israelites, not all Hebrew Israelites, and nothing against what happened to Nuwabians and what having shit. What else? ADO and saying that we're the Olmecs and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? We got to tell the motherfucking truth and say we're fucking wrong. And when somebody points at me that I'm wrong, what I do is I reject it and I discard it. Or if it has some still validity and some veracity to it, I amend it. Or I revise, and people need to learn how to motherfucking shit. But black folks, all they doing in this fucking so-called black conscious shit, they're obsessed with race. Where everybody trying to say goddamn motherfucking Captain Crunch was really a black Moor and shit.
Right. That's
it's
right.
Crazy.
Yeah, just,
man, I talked enough, bro. I talked enough, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. And
thank y'all for that.
I'm glad for that inspirational talk, Brother Gary, because the reality for me.
I'm having a good, my buddy. Go ahead, I'm listening to you.
The reality for me, I cannot speak for
me at your crib.
On my platform. I'm talking about me as an individual. I'm a winner. I don't like, I'm involved in something here and I want us to win. That's just me. For me to say, stick a fork in them, they're done. That's something I really don't want to be able to say because I'm a winner. I like to just fight until I can't do it no more. Until you said that buzzer has sounded, I cannot accept defeat because just even as I was playing basketball and I was down many, many points and people just start giving up, man, there's only 3 seconds on the clock. We can't make it. Well, we got 3 seconds to win. The game is not over until it's over. I've won games with 3 seconds left on the clock. And my people were like, it's impossible. They ready to give up. No, we got to fight this. We have not lost yet. We got 3 seconds left. We can win this. I'm not a loser. I like to fight. I don't like giving up. Don't you know, if I had that type of attitude, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I'd still be locked up. Because those people, their plans was to keep me locked up for the rest of my life. But guess what? You're dealing with a fighter. I'm going to be giving you the old Muhammad Ali, stinging like a float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep fighting until I take my last breath. That's just how I do. Now, it's unfortunate for us. Our own people are going to come against you. That's just how it goes. But I'm just going to fight because actually, when I was locked up, they did the same thing. My own people was against me. I had to fight my own people then too. So what difference is it now? I don't, somebody said, for those who want to separate from America, that's a cowardly thing to do. See, fighting is not for everybody. Everybody is not meant to fight. Everybody's not meant to throw up their dukes. Some people can't take it. So they have the right to say, I can't do it. Let me get it the hell out of here. But there are those who say, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to fight till I can't take my last breath. Me, I just have this allegiance to us because I want what is in the best interest because I'm not just looking at me. I'm looking at what can I do to make it easier for my, my younger relatives that's coming behind because somebody fought for me. Whether I like them or not, Marcus Garvey made it easier for me to walk. Harriet Tubman, all our freedom fighters, all those people did not run, which they could have. They could have just said, the hell with it. They was fighting. They just said, I'm going to fight. And remember, only a small group fight. You got, during the time of Marcus Garvey, it was 15 to 20 million in this nation. He was able to gather, I think they said at least a million. So what are the other the other 18 million or whatever? What are they doing? They're not fighting. So everybody's not meant to be a fighter. However, once you get into the ring, if you start winning, maybe they might help you and cheer you on. They will cheer you on, even though they're not part of the actual fight. People like to see people fight. They like to see you struggle, and they will support you in your efforts. Unfortunately for us, for Marcus Garvey, it goes to develop. Okay. Okay.
We back live?
Yeah, we haven't. My internet went out on me.
That's all right.
Back live, brother?
Yeah, we're back on there. Yeah.
All right, let me just chime in for a second. And listen, you know, if we could come together and make a difference with our situation as people in this country, that'd be a very fantastic situation. But the reality of the whole situation is this, is that that's not happening, and it don't look like it's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
But however, you know, I don't never pass up on hope of that possibly happening. But at the same time, I got to stay in reality. And I'm just speaking for me.
Yeah.
In this context, I have to stay in reality because at the same time, you know, those who leave America, as opposed to those that call them cowards.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? A person is more brave by not being afraid of the unknown and going to seek their horizons abroad, somewhere else, in another part of the world. And not remaining here in America to suffer the same, you know, routine daily of what it is to be, unquote, black in America. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, the situation with that is that when people call people like that a coward, they're really the cowards because they're willing to sit here and put up with their circumstances and not do a damn thing about it. You know? And why they not willing to do a damn thing about it, why they sit back and let their children and women get gunned down like dogs in the street by the police every day. They want to cry like Trayvon Martin's father did, or talk about let's let justice prevail and all this other crazy crap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or let justice take its course. Knowing ain't a damn thing gonna happen to the corporates involved in they women and children's murder. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
But this is the same redundant, continuous routine. So ain't that being more of a coward than those who pack up and leave to get out the situation? I mean, I just want those out there in social media land to think about that.
They don't never respond. I haven't heard a response to, because you know I did make a video talking about that. I've never heard or seen a response video in reference to that. And to me, that's a personal choice, because you have those who feel as though now me personally, I just don't like to give up on our people. That's just not me. I'm just a fighter, because you know we struggled trying to get you online yesterday. You know, it's just not me. You know, it's just not in me to give up on stuff. I just don't.
I got you, and I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm still around.
But
that's why I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gave up.
Yeah.
Okay. But the thing about it is that at the same time, with me, I have to stay in reality and not get spooked out by this whole situation and wait around continuously for millions, tens of millions of Negroes to one day wake up, or even a few from among them to wake up. And then when the Peckerwood's come knocking at my door talking about, we gonna take your black ass to these concentration camps and ask race, come on, we got a place for you, know. No, I'm not, my intention ain't to give up, but my intention is not to go out like that either.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. But by any means, I'm not in the business of giving up. But by all means, but I have to stay in the reality. the whole situation. And then when the situation changes, the people waking up and serious enough to come on board this soul train, and be willing to do something about our situation, to turn it around for once and for all, then our reality is coming it's turning into another reality. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And a new reality meaning that we're going in the right direction. You see what I'm saying? So yes, no.
See,
it's not definitely about being in the business of giving up, but we have to, for me, it has to stay in the reality. But go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is, see, the problem here is, and it goes back in history. The problem is, and we use this as an example all the time, the Jewish Holocaust. The Jews in Germany basically was going through the same thing. They refused to believe that there was something getting ready to come against them, because I'm a patriot. I fought for this country in World War I. I've been here all my life. I'm a citizen of Germany. All that la-di-da stuff. But all the signs was pointing and telling them they need to get the hell out of there, because something bad getting ready to happen to them. But but they wouldn't listen. So there was some who did listen, and they got on boats and they came to America, or they just got the hell out of Nazi Germany. But then there are those who waited too late and didn't realize they was eating their Passover dinner, and they got that knock on the door, and there was this big damn truck outside. Time for y'all, rounding you up. What? They couldn't believe it. It's too late now. That was a conspiracy theory. Hitler and the boys ain't gonna do a damn thing to me. It was a conspiracy theory. Unbelievable. It's too late now. Now you see the truth of the birds.
The Bilderbergs.
Yeah, the Bilderbergs or whatever it was.
Hey, you're right, man. Hey, the Snuff was part of the thing. Hey, he's not part of the thing. I'm being funny. He's being accused of being the Bilderberg.
We're just saying they caught up in they could not believe that their country would do this to them. And we don't believe it. We don't believe that one day these people would turn around and kick your door in and tell you to get on that big gray bus. It used to be a yellow bus. They done turned it gray. They done painted it gray. Look, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I know who I'm dealing with. These people are capable of doing anything. So you think because they smile and you can watch them on TV, and you go to the Emmy Awards and you watch the Oscars and you go see Avengers Endgame and all this kind of good stuff, and you comfortable, you forget what kind of people. These people, and people can call it a conspiracy theory or whatever it was. I really feel this government was behind 9/11. They killed 3,000 people, did not give a damn. And they didn't give a damn what your color was, your religion, or anything. George Bush wanted to invade Iraq, and they needed something that could get him over there. There was no weapons of mass destruction. It was all a lie. And they murdered 3,000 people. They did not give a damn about if they was black or white or whatever. They did not give a damn as long as they accomplished that. What make you think that these people, if the right thing happened in the world, would not come and wipe you out? It don't take much. They have the technology. They got the manpower. Hell, the immigrants, these illegals will be helping put your ass in a mass grave. It's possible because these people are insane. They are demonic. Their history tells you, but you don't believe that because you're living comfortable. You got a beautiful car outside, and you just living the American dream. Dream your ass right down as you roll down to that damn pit. It's a reality. I don't play with these folks. And these pro-black folks is just as stupid because they teach that and really don't believe it. They don't really believe it. So it's very serious. It's very serious because This is the mindset of these people here are wicked. They actually give diseases to people on purpose. They put you in jail knowing that you are innocent and you rot for 60 damn years. And they know it on purpose. I don't put nothing past these bastards. I don't put nothing past them. And that's when they're gonna get you. When you're all nonchalant, everything's gonna be going good, then here come that knock on the door. I don't play with these people. I don't play with these people. That's why I say you need a safe haven, a sanctuary, a spot that you can control, so at least you can have some kind of defense. Right now, we're defenseless. These people, if they wanted to, could round us up right now, tomorrow. I'm getting ready to get in my truck, and here come a car with machine guns. Get your ass in this van. It could happen just like that. Every Negro they see, they round up. You better hope that you're a Negro and you can pass for white, because you're done. I don't trust these people. I don't trust them. I don't want no future. I don't want to be around them because I know what they are capable of doing. They knew that there was lead in Flint, Michigan. They knew that lead was poisoning children, and the public, they didn't give a damn. This is the type of mentality. Right now in Jersey, they deal with this all over the country. They know that these old lead-ass pipes is falling apart, poisoning the population. They don't give a damn really what your color is, because this these lead pipes been around for decades. Instead of working on their infrastructure, they rather build bombs and kill people overseas. They don't give a damn about you. These nuclear plants, I did not realize till I started driving trucks. These nuclear plants are all over the country. The right domestic terrorists, since they are already in here, these facilities are not guarded like you think they are. Oh man, you just don't know what the hell could break out. Have no idea. I don't trust these people. Your best bet, if you know you're under this type of thing, at least if you don't want to leave the country and you don't think that you need to exodus, you need to at least put yourself in a position to defend yourself. You're not even doing that. These people can do to us anything they want to anytime. Your little pop gun that you got behind your jar in your dresser desk at home, it don't mean a damn thing to them. And they said, what you want for your last supper? Some pig foots, some pig rinds or whatever you want, because it's gonna be your last. I don't trust these people. You might trust them. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. That's why I say exodus. This is my home. This is my only home. This is all I know. But when it comes to saving your life, if a rabbit hole is his home. But if a snake follow him down in that hole, he getting the hell out of there, because that snake can take his life, even though that's your home. This is my home. This is all I know. But when you talk about saving your life, then sometimes you got to go. Sometimes you got to leave. I don't trust these people. Maybe you do, and maybe the majority of us in this country do. Well, that's fine and dandy. Maybe these faceless people and these pro-black, they trust, y'all trust the government, y'all trust these folks. I don't trust them. That's my problem. Is it paranoia? No, because their history shows they some low-down, dirty-ass dogs. Their history, and you know it. But you can smile. They can smile, and vote for Trump. He's gonna make things a little bit better. That type of thing. And you get all loud. You think, wow, I got a future right here. Yeah, the future's gonna be a bullet in your damn brain. You, your children, your dog Spot, all of y'all going down in the same hole. And them gay people that you said that you don't like, they're gonna throw them on top of you. Maybe he can get some booty before y'all die. That's the reality of it.
But hey, Angel, I hear your grievance, I hear your pain, I get what you're saying and whatever. I know you're not directing that directly towards me.
No.
I laugh. You laugh at the truth a lot of damn times. My goddamn, bro. God damn, I was up there chugging when I was listening to you talk, man. Oh my God, boy. And I'm not trying to minimize what you're trying to say by me laughing. Don't get it twisted.
Believe me,
it's just the way you're saying it. Okay, not okay. And that's true. I get what you're saying and what happened and shit though. But again, man, bro. Why do I know so many people in my life, including my mother?
Yeah.
She ain't from this motherfucking country. I know she's not black. She's Filipino.
Yeah.
And she was married to my father. My father instilled a lot of discipline in my father. My father told me about the game and left it alone. He always taught me to be responsible. You know, me and my brothers used to get whipped. And I didn't realize back in the days, a lot of black folks, I've never whipped my children. Never spanked them. But the way I was brought up,
you got it.
We were whipped by everything, the closest thing mama and daddy can grab. My dad used to whip us with 2 belts, black and brown. But we got that from slavery, believe it or not. We got that from slavery and it passed on to us.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's more evidence that shows that why I got a nitroglycerin temper. That's the reason why I almost went to the pen. Damn near killed somebody with a baseball bat. Everybody knows that. I mean, everybody knows I'm cool. But when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, 2 cent talk gonna give you $1 million ass whipping. Straight up.
Yeah.
But what is bad is that we always like Oprah Winfrey. They bring up Oprah Winfrey. They bring up this person. Those are like exceptions. Those are people that are like an anomaly. But it's the majority of us black folks that keep getting caught up in the trap, and I understand that. But the same way you criticizing, you went back to talking about the white man, though. You don't trust them, what have you.
Yeah.
But in my immediate life, we can look at the exception or the reason or the sociology reason and the genesis of why black folks are the way we are. But we're living in 2019. The most people that fuck me up is my own. Just like I'm not trying to be religious, but like Jesus said, I'm sent to my own, and my own receiving me not.
Yes.
It's own. It's our own folk. And I'm gonna get back. You went back to talking about the white man. White man gonna do what he gonna do. He don't give a fuck about us.
True.
I mean, as far as the rubric, they don't give a fuck about us. I don't give a damn. There's a lot of white people that do give a fuck about it. People gonna disagree with that shit.
Yeah.
As far as the structure and all that, how it's oriented and how it's facilitated is to benefit white folks. Okay. But I learned one thing too, man, is to feed people with a long motherfucking spoon, bro.
Yeah.
Feed them with a long motherfucking spoon, bro. And it's all about developing your own discipline and be business oriented. And it's our job to share those that don't know it because they have fallen into the trap. And they just follow the same circle of goddamn, how can I say, the rubric? I mean, not the rubric, the redundancy, and they keep falling into the same shit, and they inherit that shit. I understand that we have to help them, and what have, and I do. I always find a way, even though I'm a truck driver and what have you, despite the fact I got 2 college degrees in it. My sister asked me, why are you not using it? I said, I still find a way to do it. Yeah. I find ways when I communicate. Anybody that when they're around me, I'm just like any other nigga right here. I don't act like I'm lower, I'm above or below. Or I think I'm better than nobody and shit. I try to walk with people and shit. You know what I'm saying? But when people get around me and shit, when they want to talk, I give them motherfucking advice. I make those videos on my YouTube, and my videos are not about race and all politics. I mean, I do talk about it. I talk about religion. But what I do is to try to give them a level of aspiration to inspire people and show people that I'm just like you. I suffer like you. I don't give a fuck about race. I mean, I do. That's. Hold on, I'll take it back. I recognize that we live in a social construct that we do identify each other by race. Anybody say that we're colorblind is a fucking lie to me. Not deliberately, but we do identify. When I see a person, I say, that's a female. That's a dude. That's a dog. That's the cat. Damn, that girl fine. Oh, that girl, excuse me for saying it, but that person's white. That person's Mexican.
Yeah.
And I do have a residual thing because the way I'm enculturating in the society that I was brought into. But I utilize my mind and my compassion of my solidarity and my humanity to let that outshine that without diminishing the reality of the social stratification of the world that we live in. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm trying to emphasize, yes, recognize that kind of shit. I cannot emphasize is that we concentrate too much on the shit with reactionary, redundant bullshit. White man this, white man that, white man this, white man fuck this up, white man this and shit. Now you got motherfucking goddamn schisms in our own fucking goddamn community. We do.
Yeah.
A motherfucker that tall in the black community against the motherfucker short, the short against the motherfucking tall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers that listen to this kind of rap, we're against this motherfucker. We got so many schisms in our whatever. And divide and conquer is the motto.
Yes.
What I try to say is that we need to recognize and say, you know what, I am that person. But I do realize there are people that are different from me. And despite that, I should have respect and decency as long as that person don't come to me, the motherfucker. And what most people do while they keep fighting and believing in the ideology because they're dealing with their own fucking insecurities. And they feel like they have to find validation and vindicate themselves, so they got to keep pushing this bullshit. One day, I want somebody to motherfucker verify what I believe in is true. You don't need no verification. The only verification you need is standing at the height of your damn shoulder. I cannot stress how grateful it is of liberating yourself, not from the outside shit. It's the bullshit that me, as I did, I accumulated so much bullshit that it was my own imprisonment. And then one day that I learned that I was wrong and I had to let go of a lot of motherfucking shit. All this racial shit, this ideology, this religion, and all that shit. I hit the reset button and I went back to being born again. Not Christian. I went back gurgling again, learning how to walk and be a bipedal homo sapiens sapien again. And I learned how to be like that. And I learned how to learn again and understand the proper thing. And understanding because I was misguided and I was dictated by my sentiments and what have you shit. I was upset about the white man. I was upset about that shit and what have you and stuff. And all my shit was, like I said, resentment, mortality, bullshit. And that's what I realized is that that's what I'm saying. And if you feel like I'm with you about helping black folks, as you know, but realistically, you ain't gonna help all black folks. Nothing. Jesus Christ ain't gonna do it. Religion ain't gonna do it. All it does, it creates a new motherfucking thing and it starts to split, fractal. It splits what happened shit and what happened with when one group, two groups had its phylum or stem or originated from one. And just like everything that comes holy, it eventually becomes tainted and it becomes profane. Where this circle is like this, the circle grows. As the members grow, it becomes profane. Then eventually there's going to be people that's going to find themselves not conservatives, but in the middle of this hole will break away from this thing and start back small again. Then it will start another thing and it will grow again with members and it will become tainted and corrupted and all that or whatever. They deviate off their core belief. That's how it's always going to be. And that's how reality is and what have. Just like if we were to live back in the ancient Kemet, people always want to emphasize that the blanket Egyptian was all that. Hell, motherfuckers back went to Taalik and dealt with the Bija tribe, the Nubians. They went down and slaughtered them damn things because they said we need them resources. They didn't give a fuck. They said, oh, because they're black, we're not fucking with them. Hell no. The motherfucking upper goddamn motherfucking ancient Kemet went down to ancient Nubia and Sudan or whatever, Kushites, and went down and goddamn slaughtered black folk. This is the same way we see today. I just say to myself, man, just understand the rubric and understanding the mosaic of the matrix that we live in. And build yourself up first. Because what all these people are trying to get with a bullhorn and make every black person get mad with them so they can start an insultating mobilization and get them to a high pitch and what have you shit. All they doing is turning more people, black folks, off than they're actually fucking turning in. And that's what the fuck I realized. Because a lot of these motherfuckers ain't nothing but showbiz revolutionary. They fake. They're faking in a $5 atomic bomb. Revolution starts with yourself. Malcolm X reading the autobiography. Malcolm X was a perfect example. Revolution starts with inside yourself. And whether it's just controversial how he went about and whatever, but the allegory about his biography from the beginning to the end is a good analogy to show that revolution starts with you, inside your mind, inside your soul, and your heart. trying to save everybody ain't gonna fucking do it. All these religions trying to save everybody and they ain't gonna do it. But yes, bring it, angels nothing up. Don't get me wrong. I'm just, you can disagree what I'm saying, but it's the meat or the essence of what I'm trying to say, that you can incorporate some things that I'm saying to you that you can incorporate to enhance you. In the same way when I'm talking to you, it's reciprocity.
Yes, sir.
You sharpen my sword and I listen to you, that helps me. You know what I'm saying? I just think we put too much emphasis on our own folks and what happened when our own folks are bringing us up. We got to admit that. We feel like, and you're going to be denounced as a coon or Uncle Tom if you do so, if you criticize black folks.
Absolutely.
I don't know how many times I'm in cool and a light-skinned ass nigga, a piss color white boy and shit, built like a white boy because I'm skinny. And like I said, I don't give a damn. I'm damn near 50 years old. I don't give a fuck about these motherfuckers shit. Break bread with me and shit. That's how I feel. And I can take criticism. I learned that too. Go ahead, brother.
You know, that don't bother me at all. They talk about your hat. They always talk about the clothes you wear. I don't care. 50-something years old, be dead within the next 20 years. Who gives a damn? Don't bury me naked, though. You know?
Yeah.
But,
don't bury you naked.
Yeah, don't bury me naked. But look at here.
Yeah, brother.
The chat room wants to know, Brother Gary, what is your solution?
Say what now?
They say now, I ain't lying.
What is your solution? What do you think that we need to do as a people?
I've already said it. My solution is to start with your own damn self. Get your own household right. Start with yourself. Allocate and divert your attention. Invest inside of yourself. While you allocating and delegating too much of your attention and energy and distribute it towards other investment, concentrate on your own goddamn self. Because I used to be like that. When I was in the Whopping, when I was under Dr. Malachi, he was my teacher and what have you shit. Thought I could save motherfuckers and shit. Hell no. And then I was caught up in the dial because I was suffering from cognitive dissonance. I had a reactionary idealistic canopy, thinking I could motherfucking what have and shit because I was a fucking dreamer. Then it took me to almost go on the pen and get locked the fuck up. And then when I realized it, and then losing my brother to the suicide and shit, and losing my best friend too to drowning. It took a tragedy much more. I'm not trying to say whatever, but the thing is, wake myself up and I start reflecting on myself. And when I was reflecting on myself, I was amputated by a lot of things that caused me to reinforce and give and sustain that bullshit that I was believing in. Once I was amputated, I was by myself. And then I started listening to that inner student with that inner teacher, and I started listening to that inner teacher, and I start to tell the damn truth. Because human beings do not like to hear unpleasant shit. All they want to do is hear pleasant shit to reinforce their beliefs. And then I realized, I like, damn. I said, I'm the motherfucker that's at fault. Yeah, be true to ego, but the ego, you gotta let me philosophically, brother Tony, is that I allow my ego, which means excuse God out. And I was allowing my ego to dominate my divinity. And my divinity resides deep inside of me because I got to understand my animalistic behaviors, which is my first instincts and my impulses. But we are more higher than any other human being because we have this high complex brain, evolved brain, with our neural cortex and our free whatever brain that we have the ability with the instrument that we have to think. And the first thing I did is I said, man, I'm wrong. I've been wrong. All I was doing, even back in my head for years, I was saying, this ain't right what I believe in. So when I knew it wasn't right, I kept trying to make it right, which is called backfire effect. No, I was believing some fucked up shit.
Like what? Be specific.
I was believing UFOs and shit like that, and LU. I was believing that kind of stuff, and that has nothing to do with my life. Right here is what I had to do, and I was caught up in some one of these black conscious community shit.
Yeah. I say
go ahead.
There's 3 types of people.
Go ahead.
There's people that live in the past, some live in the moment, or they stay in the future.
Right.
Your head's so far in the future. You can't enjoy the moment.
And that's how it was.
If you stay in the past, you can't enjoy the moment.
But let me get back to the solution. My solution is that it all starts with yourself. No matter what you do, when you drive your car, when you drive a pilot or pay your bills, it all starts with yourself. And the bottom line is that people need to start motherfucking goddamn faking the goddamn funk and stop bullshitting, using these platforms and this motherfucking shit, and tell who they really are. Not you, Angel Snub. I know who you are. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general. Now, hell no, I know your ass is 100 about shit. But that's what my solution is. Fix yourself first.
Yes, sir. Fix
yourself, because this thing of trying to help everybody is a sign of what we call in psychology codependency. It's codependency. We feel like we're compelled while we're trying to help others, but by helping each other, we are allocating our energy towards them, and in return, you're diminishing your own personal quality in your own life. And people think, because I need to help people, help black people because if I don't, I'm a sellout. But then you do it, you're compromising, you're sacrificing your shit. And then when I look at motherfuckers live, they ain't up to par. You see what I'm saying, bro? And once I start doing it, my life starts to. It's not measured by my materialism. It's not measured by what have it. It's measured by my bliss with my children, my family, and my cohesion with them. Because you'll never see you on my Facebook. You ever see my daughter Isis? You see my daughter Aset? You see my son Shaheen and Patrick and Demet? You don't see my kids on there. They're focused because I've instilled that into them. Yeah, they see their dad on social media. I want them to be whatever. So the proof is in my pudding with my kids, and they can follow it straight too. It starts with me and how I spread it to my children. And then those that are immediate around me as external, they see me and in exchange, they do the same to me, and we help each other. You see what I'm saying? And I help them. And what they do, other people, they start to illuminate. When they illuminate, other people see that lamp that is being brought in the dark, and they get attracted to it. And they say, sometimes they can be deceived and fooled. You know what I'm saying? But they see that light, and then it attracts them and encourage them that we live in this reality temple on earth. This fighting the white man and all that kind of shit and whatever. I understand the plight of the frustration. And motherfuckers want a tree and say he's an albino, and like you always say, that's feel good shit.
Yeah,
that's a reactionary retreat in their mind. Symbolically, I'm whipping the white man. Then this is how the mind human being. The more they hate something, they can't fight the white man in real life. The more they would wear more of ornaments, accessories. They're tired, just like gang banging. More blood, the weakest motherfucking blood or crip wear the loudest color. The real motherfuckers that handle their business, they don't show about that motherfucking Crip to Fine Shell Hoover or Rolling 60s or 901s and what have you, bloods. Motherfucker, you won't even know. Matter of fact, I lived in when I came to this town a long time. Hey, bro, when I came to this motherfucking town, when I was with your brother in '92 after I got shot, I didn't even know that was with your brother. One of the biggest time dope dealers. Them motherfuckers didn't look like they didn't have a dime in their pocket. I'm not trying to pry whatever. I'm just trying to say the hustle. So the same thing you see in the black conscious community, the ones that wear the loudest shit, got to wear all these big ass dark crystal shit on it. I'm not knocking those that do it. The ones that wear the loudest, they're trying to, it makes them symbolically feel like they're really doing something. You see what I'm saying? Yes, so we gotta reattach ourselves to nature, to reality, and start taking responsibility. And take responsibility. Say, us black people, stop blaming the white man all the fucking time. That shit's old. This is about to be 2020. That white man shit is played the fuck out. It is. It's played out, bro.
Yeah.
I'm done. I appreciate you giving me the time. Man, I appreciate that, bro.
Great. Well, on that note, we've been here long enough. It's just you and me. Everybody else can split. And I want to thank brother Gary. Thank the chat room, Sister Michelle, Sister Rashida, the trolls that I ignored. I guess the trolls couldn't hang around because I just ignored them. But I really was waiting on my brother T-Mont, Christian minister, a friend of mine, known each other for probably almost as long as I've been on YouTube. I wanted him to be able to express himself on this particular topic, but maybe we need to have a part two because actually, on the real, I don't like to give up on nothing. I don't want to give up on you because I'm gonna give up on myself. And you know, if y'all go down with the ship, I guess I have to go down with the ship with you because I just don't like giving up. I think that we can do better. I know there are obstacles in the way, including ourselves. But maybe at the last minute, with those 3 seconds, maybe we can still win the game. Because you deserve it. Going on 500 years of injustice and suffering, we deserve better than this. We deserve some peace in our life. We deserve something in this world than how we're living now. We deserve better than this. And our children deserve better. So again, thank you for listening. Thank you again, Brother Gary, Brother Taalik, Brother Craig, everybody in the chat room, those who are listening. Thank you so much. It's an honor every time that I come before you. I just think, man, I think we can do this. We can really win. Maybe I don't know, maybe I gotta find some strength from somewhere to give that little extra push. Maybe I have to push myself. I can't wait and depend on somebody else to give me that. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you honestly, being an older person is hard to do that. It's hard to get that drive. I spent so much of my youth. When I was in the Nation of Islam, I pushed and I pushed and I pushed. I did not know I was on the road to nowhere. Hey, what's up there, Scott? We just closing out. Hey, what's up there, Janet? Yeah, we're getting ready to close out. But I'm going to upload Brother Gary's old video. He talks about the infringement of the conscious community. I'm going to upload that to this channel so y'all can check that out. That's Brother Gary way back in the day. But I'm pretty sure a lot of the things that he was saying still we can relate till today. And thank you, Janet. And I really appreciate us being here. Thank you so much. Again, it's an honor. And I have no choice. It's just in me. I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep trying. Right now, I'm trying to go off air. We're gonna get that done. And I'm going to leave us as important as Don Cornelius always told us. I wish us love, peace, and what is it? What up? It's so. We out, y'all. Peace.